At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here, faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the nation to hear from the Prime Minister as the standoff with key unions intensifies. Plus, a widely respected religious leader and a celebrated son of the soil loses his biggest fight. And bringing the heat, a homegrown product makes the move from local stalls to global supermarkets. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Prime Minister, the Honourable Phillip Davis, to take to the airwaves this evening in a national address that will also be streamed across the social media platforms. Now, while no added information has been given, the Prime Minister indicated in a brief release yesterday that he would speak directly to Bahamians and workers, and this following his decision not to proceed with a second round of meetings with Bahamas Union of Teachers and Bahamas Public Services Union heads in response to threats of a national strike over outstanding grievances, namely salary increases. The Prime Minister at the time asked workers to stand with him. Now, whether that happens may all depend on what is said tonight, as BUT President Belinda Wilson has placed her members on high alert that they will again march to Bay Street in hopes of once again getting the attention of those in power. All the parliamentary registration departments' verification satellite centers now activated. The sites across the country meant to give voters another avenue in ensuring their voter registration information is accurate ahead of the upcoming general election. Corval Pyfrom is at the Mall at Marathon site where he joins us with this update.
And Makushla, we are here at the Mall at Marathon. This is one of the Parliamentary Registration Department's satellite verification center sites. These sites are all across the nation, and it gives voters a chance to come in and have their documents registered. We spoke recently with the Parliamentary Commissioner, Harrison Thompson, and he says that this process really is to ensure that as we head into the next general election, that information from voters is accurate.
We encourage them to present a valid Bahamian passport. If a passport is not available, their current voter's card will be accepted. Voters will then be asked a few simple questions to verify their identity and citizenship. After that, they will be invited to indicate where they live by pinpointing their residence on a digital or physical map. This ensures that voters are registered in the correct constituency.
Thompson tells us that the biometric upgrades are also necessary to ensure that the entire electoral process is improved.
We understand that the integrity of the process must be matched by transparency and public trust. That's why we are making every effort to ensure that voters are fully informed and that steps involved in verification are clearly explained. Any biometric data transferred to the register will be handled with strict security protocols and will only be used for the purpose of voter verification.
And as we come back here live, Makushla, so far the traffic this afternoon has been kind of slow, but there are, as you can see behind me, a number of people that are taking advantage of this opportunity. Now, officials from the Parliamentary Registration Department tell us that it's okay. You can come and do this all throughout the day, and just make sure that you have those necessary documents, your passport, most importantly, with you when you come to sites like these. Reporting from the Mall at Marathon, I'm Corval Pike from Let's Go Back in Studio to you, Makushla.
Well, thanks, Corval. We can also tell you tonight that the third installment of the 2025 National Honors Investiture wrapping up just moments ago. Hundreds from around the country attending the ceremonies honoring Bahamians for their roles in nation building. Lloyd Allen reports on Monday afternoon's awards.
The 2025 National Heroes Awards taking place at the Bahamas Resort on Monday. Dozens of Bahamians brought in to be recognized for their years of commitment to hard work, dedication, and civic commitment that has helped to make this country that much better. Prime Minister the Honorable Phillip Davis offering commendation to the awardees.
You have shown us what true leadership looks like. Leadership is not about power or position. It is about responsibility. It is about showing up when others step back. It is about lifting others up when they are down. You have done this. You have done this quietly and faithfully. You have shown that service is the highest calling. You have proven that the greatest honor comes not from medals or titles, but from the lives you have touched and the hope you have restored.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, also championing the moment.
Never let it be forgot that today, this one brief shining moment, your country said, thank you to you for your service.
A truly shining moment for the honorees who also spoke to its significance.
I think that this came about as a result of coming out of college. I went to work with tourism abroad, and so I promoted the Bahamas and Philadelphia and Miami, came home, got and built relationships while I was in Philadelphia, started a business, Coral Pharmaceuticals, and just been involved with, my father was in Bevins of London downtown, so all my life I've been in business.
I'm thankful to God just to be counted among so many Bahamians, so many great Bahamians who've contributed to the national development of the Bahamas. And to be included in that number, I just feel blessed. 35 years of serving this country.
This is the 40th year of liturgical dance since the inception, pioneered by me over 40 years ago. And so it's so timely because, you know, God himself rewards you at the right time.
Only 2 years in, basically, and I already got a bronze medal, a Governor General Awards, a national honor on the whole, so it means a lot to me.
The National Heroes Awards is the highest in the country's honor system. It is awarded to individuals who have given selflessly to distinguished service throughout the country. And for the honorees, it marks a pivotal point in careers spanning decades in nation building. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
And speaking of honors and heroes, the worldwide Anglican community has lost a giant. Retired Anglican Archbishop Drexel Gomez passed away peacefully today following a long illness. ZNS News spoke with his eldest son. Here's Vaughn Albury with the story.
Former Archbishop of the province of the West Indies, Bishop Drexel Gomez passed away Tuesday on his 64th wedding anniversary. His wife Carol was stoic as their children and Anglican clergy gathered at the Brooklyn Road home of eldest son Damien, whom they lived with for 7 months.
We discovered his illness in March, and he's been here with us basically for 6 months, and there was nothing that could be done, so we've kept him.
Archbishop Gomez, a Berry Islander, was a giant in the worldwide Anglican community and played many roles in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. A son of St. Agnes Anglican Church, Bishop Blaise Boyd on his impact.
He has served the church
over many decades in so many ways. As a priest, as a diocesan administrator, he became the Bishop of Barbados. He became the bishop of this diocese. He served as Archbishop of the province. And he also served at the Anglican Communion level as a strong and respected voice in that worldwide forum.
His son noted his father's relationships extended far and wide with the Anglican community and other denominations, including Catholics. Well-read, Archbishop Gomez was friends with the late Pope.
He and Pope Benedict were close friends, having read together and written about theological issues. In fact, when the then Cardinal Ratzinger had been elected Pope, he specifically asked for Daddy and Mommy to attend his consecration. And they did attend.
As funeral arrangements are being made, it is likely that Archbishop Gomez will be interred here at St. Agnes. For the Bahamas Tonight, I am Vaughn Albury.
Well, among those publicly giving thanks and by the same token bidding farewell to His Grace is the Prime Minister, who in a release stressed that while not born into privilege, Anglican Archbishop Drexel Gomez's life was one of purpose. Ordained a deacon in 1959, Archbishop Gomez was credited with teaching that unity is not the absence of difference, but the presence of love. He was a steady hand, a moral compass, the Prime Minister said, who reminded that leadership is service, that faith must be lived, and that a man's greatness is measured by his humility. Former Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Dr. Hubert Minnis, equally saddened by the news of Archbishop Gomez's passing, a man he fondly remembered as playing a central role in shaping the province's response to doctrinal controversies, a leading voice among conservative Anglican leaders, a patriot, and one who had the virtues of bravery and courage. Coming up, BTV eyes on the search for a new president. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more in a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Phillip for all $30. The new KFC Phillip box, serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets, all packed into one crave-worthy box. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC Phillip box. Only at KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas. From Grand Bahama to Inagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island, from online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time, for families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
spicy or new. Signature hot, hot wings. What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan. Tastes so good, chicken. Those pepper wings.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
You're looking at a shot there of the flooding on West Bay Street opposite the Westin Esplanade. That shot courtesy of drone pilot K.C Miller. As always, good job there, K.C. President wanted. There's a transition in leadership at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. After just over 2 years at the reins, its first female president, Dr. Linda Davis, is set to vacate the top post before year's end. Details regarding who will assume interim leadership and the process of identifying a successor have not yet been revealed. Dr. Davis leaves BTVI only weeks after the institution attained international accreditation, strengthening its global credibility and positioning it as a serious contender in the region and internationally. Her stewardship has also been marked by shepherding the review, revision, and development of programs and policies and implementing protocols and procedures to enhance BTVI's efficiency and accountability. Her leadership is also tied to a steady growth in student enrollment and a clean financial audit. Dr. Davis demits office on December 20th. Well, localized flooding giving staff and students of Buttonwood Preschool and Eva Hilton Primary an even longer holiday weekend. The two government institutions were closed today. Here's Education Director Dominic McCartney-Russell with an update.
We had the facilities managers go in to inspect the environment and provided for professional cleaning. It is expected that the schools will operate tomorrow, but I will advise later on after the inspection.
Meantime, a number of residents here in New Providence seeking assistance from the Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal following the significant flooding Tropical Storm Imelda left behind. And according to Minister of State for Housing and Urban Renewal, the Honorable Lisa Romming, they're receiving the help needed.
You would have seen the Honorable Keith Bell, the Minister for Housing and Renewal. He was actually on the ground shortly after that storm would have passed, assessing the area with those individuals from the Urban Renewal. And also there were Member of Parliament, Joe Kobe Davis. We also had the Honorable Leslie Bryce. They were on the ground assisting those persons. So yes, persons did reach out for assistance. Nobody was asking for shelter. However, damages, roofs and different things that lift up during that twirl. I don't call it a tornado, it was a twirl, and the storm itself. So yeah, but they are being assisted as we speak.
Well, the world's to get a taste of local flavors and native dishes. This now that the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation, or BAIC, assigned a memorandum of understanding with Ontario Inc. and Preston Drummond, a $45 million investment signaling the birth of Bahamian Heat. That's a brand of hot sauces and consumer products. CEO of Ontario Inc., Chris Chetty, says the product, which will be affordable, will hit food stores across the country and in Toronto, Canada, before the end of the year.
We really want to roll this out across the country. We definitely want to look at ways to bring it to retail, bring it to the restaurant sectors, making it a staple hot sauce that everyone that's going to be, that they're going to see, whether they're locals or people entering in and out of the country. Obviously, we want to try to get them at the airports and, have it notable that it's a lifestyle product.
Agriculture Minister, the Honourable Jomo Campbell, says all local farmers, including students, will become sole producers of the iconic red Scotch pepper or goat pepper and should benefit significantly from this partnership.
Partnership is not just about hot sauce. It's about transformation, moving from dependence to innovation, from local stalls to global supermarkets. It's about foreign exchange, job creation, and sustainable economic growth. But just as importantly, it is also a message to every Bahamian agro-processor that quite simply, The world is open to you.
It's more than just hot sauce. It is food security. And what it takes behind that, the average age of a Bahamian farmer is 62 years old. I think we produce 7 to 10% of our own food. And frankly, that terrifies me. And I think that there's a lot that we can do. And so, this is one of a few initiatives.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
With My Freedom 15, I always get the latest. That's a cop.
With My Freedom 15, I never miss the Facebook drama.
With My Freedom 15, I can call my friends on the Alive network at any time. Girl, you calling me again? Yes, and I have 100 free minutes to call the U.S. and Canada, so you know.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations, excluding the airport and food truck.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, Royston and Malena are going to lighten the load for us with a sneak peek of what's coming up in Access Now.
Lighten the load we shall. Right?
We've got a pretty exciting guest tonight. We've got Scion from Liquefied by Scion, who's going to be showing us some of his shoe art and how he's tying it into breast cancer awareness.
Very excited about that. Anytime we have anyone from the Orange economy, any creatives on the show, we always get very excited here. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, stay with us. The Bahamas tonight. The National Report continues after this.
Diet-friendly special.
Wake up in the morning and I take a walk outside. I see the sunshine, I see a new day, and that feeling puts a smile right on my face. I know just what to do. Go to the paint place. So if you wanna paint it right the first time, go to the paint place. Stop at the paint place. And if you want it to last a lifetime, go to the paint place. Stop at the paint place.
During Little Caesars Carnival of Specialties, you're gonna want to try everything. Like wearing a Balloon Man costume?
Or turning into a tuba?
No! Like trying all the varieties from the Carnival of Specialties at a special price for a limited time, only at Little Caesar.
For just $13 VAT inclusive, get it now at Little Caesars, Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Charles Saunders Highway, and Prince Charles in the One East Plaza.
Pizza.
As an athlete, I've learned that success isn't built on extras. It's built on the essentials. Strength, discipline, smart choices. That's why I'm proud to partner with Bahamas Health to introduce Essential 300. A comprehensive health insurance plan that's all about covering what truly matters. Essential 300 is Bahamas Health's most affordable major medical plan for groups and individuals. It offers access to a specialized network of care with essential benefits like preventative services, because real strength starts with staying healthy. You may not be training for a race, but everyone deserves strong and affordable coverage with Essential 300. With Bahamas Health, you can feel good about your health plan and protect what truly matters, your health.
For more information, call 396-1350 or visit www.bahamahealth.com.
It's time for your first look at the tropics, and it's brought to you by the Disaster Risk Management Authority. And in the tropics, we're monitoring an area in the far east of the Atlantic, giving it a low chance of development, probably about 30% chance of development, but our computer models all suggesting that it will continue on that westward track. And then there is Tropical Storm Lorenzo, losing steam. This is barely hanging on to tropical storm status. Packet winds now of 40 miles per hour, and we anticipate that Lorenzo will dissipate within the next 24 to 48 hours. Elsewhere in the tropics, tropical cyclone development is not anticipated over the next 7 days. Makushla?
Well, thanks, Basil, and that does it for the National Report. But stay with us for the Prime Minister's National Address.
Here, these for you. These must have got false bottom, because they look empty to me.
Not for long. You taking us shopping right now.
For what?
Things you're gonna need in case you can't get out of your house after a natural disaster.
We know when we had one hurricane around here.
That's it. We get 2 lakhs. It ain't only hurricane, we getting worried about, we could have tsunami, or we could have earthquake. And they don't give you no time to go shopping.
What kind of earthquake?
Scientists just find one faulty line over there by McGuana. And even though they say it's stationary, it's there. So we need to go and get our survival kit.
Like what?
What you mean, like what? Plastic bag to put your important papers in, like water, medication, flashlight, radio, canned goods, things you need, things you might need, just in case you can't get out of your house after a natural disaster. These 2 plastic containers, the 2 of them could paint them up in their special colors so they could know what they're looking for when you send them to look for it.
That's one thing I like about you. You always ready.
Good to glow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Under the bright morning sun, rows of vibrant green crops stretch across the land at Hopetown Nursery and Organics, a thriving farm owned and operated by Evans Joseph. We met with Joseph on his farm in Marsh Harbor, where he shared how his journey into agriculture began.
I've always loved plants, but about 20 years ago, my mother got sick and she was unable to work. And because me and her always were the ones that grew plants together, we decided to spend a lot of time growing plants for therapy. And we got to a point where we had so much flowers and ornamental crops that we could sell. And we started selling, but what happened was we sold everything that we grew in 1 month. And it made me realize that this is definitely a business.
So what can you find at Hopetown Nursery?
We grow a lot of watermelons for the simple fact that everybody loves watermelons. It's easy to grow. We do a lot of planting, banana, hog banana, because a lot of the local population here eat that. They prefer it instead of rice. We also got okra, hot pepper, but these are the main crops that I grow right now.
Through his business, Joseph has been able to create jobs, build relationships, and so much more.
Done other businesses before, and agriculture to me is almost like manufacturing. You take something small, whether it be a seed or a small plant, you put it in the ground. 3-4 months later, the investment of maybe $1 has turned into $10, $15, sometimes even more than that. Because of that, I've been able to buy property. I've been able to build a house without a mortgage, and a lot of it simply came through agriculture.
But what stands out the most is his message to younger Bahamians. He wants them to see agriculture as a viable, profitable, and fulfilling career path, one that offers freedom, innovation, and community impact.
There's so much room to grow when it comes to agriculture. We need the young, full of energy and enthusiasm to get into agriculture, because they are the ones that's going to be able to change the future of agriculture for the Bahamas.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
Good evening to all Bahamians. I want to speak to you directly tonight. I don't need any third party between the conversation of me and you. I know many of you have been hearing different things these past few days. You've heard talk about the unions, the government, about what was said and what wasn't. I know there's been confusion and some concern. So tonight, I want you to hear it directly from me, from Brave, not from anyone else. When my government came to office in 2021, we met a country still recovering from crises. The economy was fragile. Thousands of Bahamians were out of work. Public finances were under strain, and within the public service, morale was low. Salaries had been stagnant. Promotions were delayed. Contract workers were stuck in limbo. Pensioners were struggling to live on fixed incomes that hadn't been adjusted in years. That was the reality we met. Workers across our islands, teachers, nurses, line staff, uniform officers, administrators, had gone too long without progress. We knew we couldn't fix everything at once, but we made a promise to start putting Bahamian workers first again. And we did. Over the past 4 years, your government has worked steadily to restore fairness, dignity, and opportunity for workers. We restored annual increments in the public service, those small but important step increases that reward years of service. For thousands of public officers, that meant more money in their pockets every year, and an acknowledgement of their dedication. We raised the national minimum wage for the first time in 7 years, from $210 to $260 a week. That single decision increased take-home pay by nearly a quarter for the lowest paid workers in this country. For many families, it meant an extra bag of groceries, a school uniform, or a light bill paid on time. We negotiated and signed over 59 labor agreements, more than any administration in modern Bahamian history. Many of these contracts had expired for years. Those agreements provided new wage increases, better allowances, modernized benefits, and clear career paths. We delivered promotions and reclassifications for hundreds of officers who had been left behind for nearly a decade. Some waited 10, even 12 years for that letter saying, "You have been promoted." That day finally came. We expanded health insurance coverage so that every government employee now has access to care and protection for their families. We increased pensions for retired public officers, focusing on those receiving the least, because they were the ones struggling the most. We regularized hundreds of temporary workers through the Public Service Professional Engagement Program, including school board workers who had been waiting for years for stability and recognition. Many of these individuals had been working faithfully without job security. Today, they are permanent, pensionable employees with full benefits, access to credit, and a path to retirement. We expanded opportunities for young Bahamians through labor on the blocks, labor on the campus, and the National Apprenticeship Program, connecting thousands of job seekers to real employers and helping them build skills and independence. We invested in technical and vocational training through BTVI, so more Bahamians could gain the skills to fill the new jobs being created in tourism, construction, technology, aviation, and maritime industries. And we changed the tone. We replaced neglect with respect, silence with dialogue. Every single one of these steps was about fairness, not politics, not promises, but progress that workers could feel in their pay, see in their benefits, and believe in once again. And still, with all this progress, I was not satisfied. I knew we could do more for the men and women who serve this country every day. That's why I initiated the National Salary Review. Not the unions, not anyone else. I did it because I believe Bahamian workers deserved more. That is how we got to this moment. That's the record that brought us to this moment. Yesterday, I met with the leadership of the Bahamas Union of Teachers and other public service unions. We discussed the National Salary Review, the process my government initiated to ensure every public servant is paid fairly for the work they do. We reviewed the findings, exchanged ideas, and agreed to meet again at 1 p.m. today to continue our discussions. But while we were still at the table, one of the union leaders made a public threat to call a national strike if I did not agree to the terms being demanded. Now I understand emotions. I understand frustration. People want results. But when both sides are still talking, the respectful thing to do is to finish the conversation. So instead of continuing on that kind of dynamics, I decided to speak directly to you, the Bahamian people, because I don't need a middleman to tell you where we stand. The National Salary Review is complete, and tonight it will be made public. While the review did not include every category of public servants, the same methodology will be applied to ensure increases are extended across the wider public service. This includes our teachers, whose hard work and dedication continue to shape the future of this nation. It's the most comprehensive review of public service pay in decades. It examines every grade, every scale, every allowance, and every increment. It looks at the impact of inflation, at fairness between professions, and at how we can modernize pay across the public service. The findings show that since coming to office in 2021, public officers have received salary increases every year, and that entry-level workers, the ones earning the least, have benefited the most with the consistency and regularity of their reassessments, salary adjustments, and increments, ensuring that these officers receive their due in a structured, timely way after many years of neglect. We did this because we made a decision to put workers first. Some have asked about the delay. The delay was not a cash flow problem. It was an administrative process, making sure the new salary adjustments for more than 15,000 public officers were accurate, fair, and done right the first time. I'm satisfied we have resolved the issues, and I want to reassure every public servant that you will be paid before Christmas. The union leaders have to do their jobs to represent their members, but I have to do mine to represent all Bahamians. My responsibility is not only to one group, but to every citizen who depends on a strong, stable country. Some have asked, what is the grievance? There is no grievance here. The grandstanding and public drama do not change the fact that this government is paying workers as promised. So the question must be asked, is the objection to the fact that we are paying? Surely no one can object to fairness being delivered. There's a proper procedure for filing grievances. That process is always available. But let's be clear. This situation is not about a grievance. It is about the government doing what is right by its workers. Before they can be members of any union, they are first employees of the government. That is why I'm speaking directly to you tonight, because not all public officers are union members, but every single one of you serves this nation. You deserve to hear from your Prime Minister directly. Workers should always be beneficiaries of our negotiations, but never pawns when we disagree, when politics, personal ambition, or theatrics replace genuine advocacy. It is the workers who suffer, and I will never allow that to happen. I know that progress is still needed for some categories of workers, and we are continuing to review these cases. We are not finished, but we are further along than we have been in a very, very long time. We may have our differences in approach in looking after workers, but our common goal must always be the same, to improve the lives of Bahamian workers. That is what binds us. That is what should guide us forward. We are not done. The next step is to modernize our labor laws to meet the realities of today's world. Work has changed, families have changed, and the laws that protect our workers must change too. We have already started public consultation on our labor reform proposals, and I encourage every Bahamian, every worker, employer, and union leader to take part. These reforms are about building a modern Bahamas, one where work is respected, families are supported, and fairness runs through everything we do. This coming Thursday, I will meet with Sandra Major, President of BECAWU, and representatives from BEMU to continue that national conversation about how we keep moving forward together. I've always respected the role of unions in our national story. My mother and father were trade unionists. My mother, a member of the Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union, and my father, an officer of the Public Service Union. They have fought for fairness and helped shape a better Bahamas. But we must remember something. Progress comes from partnership, not confrontation. Others might want a fight, but a fight gets us nowhere. What we need right now is progress. We need respectful conversation. We need to respect each other. We achieve nothing when we talk over one another. We achieve nothing by trading words in the press instead of sitting down and working things through. I believe discussions work best when there is mutual respect and trust. I've always been a respectful and patient listener, and I am open to any conversation held in good faith. But I will not take part in any process where dark clouds of threats hang over the table. That is not how I was raised. That is not how I lead. I don't believe in shouting matches or grandstanding. Cussing and carrying on don't work for brave. We are adults, and we should act like it. Real progress happens when grown men and women sit down, listen, and reason with each other. That's how we build solutions that last. This is not a moment for shouting. It's a moment for solutions. Shouting loudly might work for some, but it does not work for me. And if some people are upset because my government decided to raise the pay of Bahamian workers after years of stagnation, if that decision offends them, my only response is, I don't need permission to do the right thing. We didn't increase pay to score points. We did it because it was time, because Bahamian workers deserved it. So every mother, every father, every working Bahamian, this progress is about you. It's about making your life a little easier, your work a little fairer, and your family a little stronger. We can't do that by fighting. We can only do it by talking, by listening, and by understanding that respect must flow both ways. When we listen to each other, everyone moves forward. That is what I am asking for tonight, a recommitment to partnership. Let's sit down, let's talk, let's find solutions, let's not lose sight of what matters most, the well-being of Bahamian families. I will not sit in any room where respect is not mutual and shouting is the only tool on the table. My friends, tonight, I want you to hear this clearly. I will always speak to you directly. I will always fight for fairness, and I will always put the Bahamian worker first. The salary review being released tonight is proof of our commitment. The labor reforms now under consultation are proof of our vision for the future. And the steady improvements you've already seen in pay, benefits, and opportunity are proof that we are keeping our word. We've come too far to turn back now. Let's keep walking forward together, calmly, confidently, and with hope. May God bless each of you, your families, and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.
Blowing a kiss at pretty garbage might be a thing in the Orange Hill Beach area because a visual artist got with a political candidate and spruced them up. You want to stay close for that.
And we're encouraging everyone to go all out for Breast Cancer Month. BTC concludes its Think Pink Breast Cancer Initiative by giving out mammogram vouchers in its Southwest Plaza location. Hope you got yours, ladies.
Absolutely. Plus, Ace Flag Football and Rotary Club of Nassau have teamed up not to play football, to play nice to those battling cancer. The details are very heartwarming.
And coming up in sports, sports icons honored during National Heroes Day.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Roald Dahl said, if you have good thoughts, they will shine out of your face like sunbeams, and you'll always look lovely. Good evening, I'm Royce Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
The month of October continues, and so does the push of breast cancer awareness.
Breast cancer is very prevalent here in the Bahamas, so it's imperative that we take this disease very seriously and make sure to take all of the preventative measures and have yourself tested every year.
Absolutely. Ladies, during this month, many medical facilities are offering free mammograms, so please take advantage of it as we dive right into the news. A local artist is using creativity to combat litter at Over the Hill Beach, or Orange Hill Beach rather, designing colorful garbage bins in an attempt to attract visitors to properly dispose of waste while protecting the country's beautiful shorelines. Demi Umbani, a visual artist by profession, says she became so appalled after finding trash constantly scattered around the beach and decided to enlist the help of Dr. Veronica McGyver, Coalition of Independence candidate for the Killarney constituency, to change the scenery.
There's so many bags and things about the beach. I got frustrated, and I had spoken to MacGyver, say, about a month prior to that, and she asked me for any suggestions for the area, but I had none until I came out here and I saw that this is a real problem that needed to be addressed. So I just reached out to her, we put a team together, we walked the beach, and I decided, so that people don't miss the bins, let's make sure we put something on it so it's actually visible, and just, to add some beauty to the area also.
MacGyver says while the initiative is meant to provide residents of the Killarney area with access to more waste-friendly disposals, it also serves as an inspiration for the broader Bahamian community.
I'm sure the Killarney residents will appreciate this. Everybody likes cleanliness, and especially when we have holidays, that's when we notice more of the garbage on the beaches. And I'm hoping that this will be an inspiration to other constituencies who are along the shoreline, and maybe even be an inspiration to our Beaches and Parks Department to have this type of initiative, because we do need to keep our island clean.
To conclude their Think Pink initiative for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, 50 BTC customers visiting the Southwest Plaza location last Friday had the chance to receive a free mammogram voucher at Doctors Hospital. Additionally, as part of the in-store experience, customers also received educational tips on early detection, getting the chance to identify what lumps can feel like in the breasts. Tamara McKenzie, communications manager at BTC, says the initiative reflects ongoing commitment to community wellness.
We wanted to reach out because all of us know someone who was diagnosed with cancer, who may have died with cancer, who are fighting, or who overcame cancer. So we wanted to partner with Sister this Breast Cancer Awareness Month to give back. And this is our way of giving back by helping others to detect cancer early through mammography or to build an awareness of the importance of mammography.
The initiative started October 1st at the Mall at Marathon location and expanded to the Southwest Plaza and its BTC location in Abaco, offering more than 200 vouchers in total to customers. Deanne Parker-Davis, a volunteer from the Sister Breast Cancer Support Group, says the effort is a reminder that cancer can affect anyone, regardless of age or gender.
Age isn't something that we seem to think makes a difference in terms of battling. Because if you get it at 50, you got to battle the same way you have to battle at 20. So age doesn't make a difference in terms of battling. So the age doesn't make a difference. Anybody can get cancer, even men, breast cancer. We like to say men get breast cancer too. Many persons don't believe that, but we do have males who are actually breast cancer survivors as well.
Continuing the awareness, in the spirit of service and community, Ace Flag football team teamed up with the Rotary Club of Nassau for a heartfelt clothing drive, an initiative aimed at bringing comfort and hope to those battling cancer. Manager of Ace Flag football, Zena, shared that the league has made giving back a part of their mission.
Apart from the clothing drive, every month we do an initiative. If it's Lupus Month, we wear purple, mental health awareness, we wear green, whatever the case may be. It's usually on a smaller scale, the clothing drive, but this year we decided to extend it to the whole league. So everybody, as they come in, they bring their donations, and at the end of the day, we will pack it up in a truck with the help of Rotary.
The Rotary president expressed his gratitude for the continued partnership.
Happy that she invited us to be a part of ACE's flag football team. Rotary has partnered with them over the past 4 years, and the whole idea with this clothing drive is to bring cheer and happiness to the lives of many persons who have been impacted by such a tragic disease like cancer. And of course, Rotary makes a special effort. Our whole theme is service above self. Partnering with the ACE's flag football team, with Cena and the team, has been a tremendous blessing, just to partner with this clothing drive and also to provide the transportation to take the clothing to the Cancer Society.
Together, the Ace Flag football family and Rotary members are proving that teamwork isn't just for the field, it's also for the heart. Still to come, we're thinking pink on this side. Sion Colby is in studio with his creations for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and our Basil Dean is on the other side of the break with the weather report, so stay close.
This beauty is just one of 29 power stations spread across 17 islands of the Bahamas. At the helm of this ship is a woman in power, our CEO at Bahamas Power and Light, Tony Seymour.
So there's typically never any space on my calendar, but because I have an open door policy, once I'm in office and my door is open, anybody can come and see me. A lot of times, because they're doing the work every single day, they see things from a different perspective. So when we put our heads together and our ideas together, we come up with better suited solutions, so that the vision can be executed, but it can be executed in a way that the team members feel included and involved and like their voices are being heard.
Tony has been the same person. She don't reject your call. I can call her, and she picks up on the second ring. She gonna answer you and said if she's not available, she said I'm gonna call you right back or let Isha speak with me or the person. She never rejects nobody.
It takes skill and heart to steer a ship this size, but no captain sails alone. What does it look like to have a woman at the helm?
Well, she's coming in with a fresh look of things. She's coming in and she has youth on her side, so she more or less moving with the times. We run a smooth ship. We didn't have a manager for 5 years in between? Before Mr. Marcello became manager,
we had no manager. But yeah, everything was still in tip-top shape. We kept the Long Island operations as one of the best in the country. We're proud of that. Her being there behind the helm, she's gonna make BBL the best.
Every single day I show up, I put my best foot forward, and I encourage every BPL team member to do the same.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast. In the tropics, we are monitoring an area in the far eastern Atlantic, and we're giving it about 20% chance of development over the next couple of days, but all computer models are suggesting that we'll continue to slide towards the west. And then there is Tropical Storm Lorenzo, which has been out there now for the past couple of days, but it has weakened over the past several hours, now just hanging on to their tropical storm status with maximum sustained winds at 40 miles per hour as it moves towards the northwest at 12 miles per hour. Now, again, the computer models are all suggesting that this system will dissipate over the next few days. And then we take a look now at our live weather radar. We still have some showers, particularly in the central and southeastern parts of the country, and that's courtesy of that frontal system which pushed through the northwest Bahamas over the weekend and produced some heavy rain showers and flooding in much of the islands throughout the 700 islands. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwest, and for all areas, I should say, we are looking at those winds. They're going to be out of the northeast, right around about 10 to 15 knots, and the wave height's about 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. As we take you into the middle of the week, northwest and central parts of the country, those winds again will start to increase to about 12 to 18 knots, and we go into the southeast Bahamas, the winds out of the north at about 10 to 15 knots over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Shores. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston and Malina.
Thank you so much, Basil. Sion Colby is here with us tonight on Access Now, Creations for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
And Sion is the proprietor of Liquefied by Sion. Welcome to Access Now.
Thank you so much. Anytime we have a Bahamian creative or entrepreneur on the show, we always get very excited. Yes. But tell us what Liquefied by Sion is all about.
Of course. So our company started originally from actually my first son. I actually grew my passion for art from junior high school. And I started really advance and grow much more, heading into C.R. Walker, heading in grade 12. So my art has been much more expanded and redefined as the times go on. And as well as me being an entrepreneur as well, being inside business classes at grade 12, it started to really bond together, comes much more on that. And moving forward from 2022 to 2025, that's what I've been doing so far.
Wow.
And you've made some products for some pretty big partnerships. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So recently we just did a custom issue design for the very own Honorable Prime Minister.
Oh, wow.
Honorable Davis as well.
Has he worn that shoe?
Yes, he has.
And what kind of shoe was it?
It was a shoe that had his face on it as well.
Oh.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Colors. Yeah, so we're actually doing some partnership days right now with multiple different schools in Nassau in regards to junior high schools, senior high schools, private schools, and also 2 different types of schools in the state, Central State and Central Florida.
Oh, congratulations on that. That's
amazing. Clearly, you're booked and busy with these amazing partnerships.
Yes,
definitely.
Now, what made you want to take part in breast cancer awareness, and what are we doing here tonight? I see we've got some ribbons on the
Yes,
tank.
of course. So everything right now is pretty much my setup, my actual regular setup I do on a regular basis. So Breast Cancer Awareness Month has always been something on my way. Always try to be able to actually give back and do something good, especially when it comes to something so grand as breast cancer. You know, that awareness needs to be much more expanded, much more growing inside the Bahamas, because we really need to start reaching out that actual audience for people who have that type of treatment.
Yes, and we do have such high rates of it. So
absolutely.
What can you walk us through what all
of
this
course,
is?
Yes. It's not a problem at all. So this right here is my airbrush. And my airbrush machine, this actually saves me a ton of time. When it comes to actually hand painting as well. This is my heat gun. This is my heat gun that actually helps with the actual drying process of it. So this is a tape. This is a painter's primer tape preferably for paint so it don't actually stick and reveal off the actual shoes itself.
Right.
And of course, this is the classic, the regular, the
Air Force One.
The Air Force One. The Air Force One.
Classico.
Something that started up my company for many years as well. So this is the shoe that is very versatile.
Sure.
The staple when it comes to actually in the Bahamas. So this is my setup.
Are we gonna throw? I'm excited because I want to throw some paint on a shoe already.
Man, of course,
You know?
of course, literally.
I'm always willing to dive in.
I picked the wrong night to wear white.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So like I said, this is my setup right here as well.
Okay.
So I always carry the setup everywhere. The setup is a bread and butter to everything. It has all of my paints, my paintbrush guns, my tools, my equipment, my measuring tape. Everything that needs to be much more defined for the shoe is all right here. And of course, we cannot forget when you get to the details part of it, we got our detail brushes right here. And these are very crucial for any minor detail work that we're going to work on right now.
Excellent.
In regards to everything. So these are my stencils. We do have a machine that actually cuts and prints the stencils, but of course it'd be way too big on the actual table itself. So we end up getting a call. Yes, next time. So we end up getting a call much more previously to actually tell us about the cancer awareness. We able to actually print out 2 of the stencils that's going to be.
Okay, but also let up so the audience can see that as well.
Of course, that's not a problem, which I'm going to showcase how the stencil works much more in a better way. So these are the paints that we're going to be using as well as the paint finisher.
The appropriate colors. We got white, we got pink,
Yes.
and the finisher. Okay.
And so I think maybe we'll be able to get a look at one of these completed shoes at the end of the show because we're going to have to come back to you a little bit later to see that. But it's been great to have you with us, Sion. We can't wait to see the shoe at the end of the show.
Definitely.
Definitely a worthy cause. And yes, congratulations on all of those amazing partnerships.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much. I mean, we're working on Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's definitely always needing that extra highlight in such a fun and fashionable way, too.
Thank you so much.
And make sure, ladies, you take advantage of those free mammograms. And it's time for us to check in with Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Some of the country's top athletes honored. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Bing bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Bing bang ding. Bang bang. Bing bang ding. Bing bang ding. Ding ding dong.
It's Bahamas' biggest night this November 1st. Join Alliance Promotions, YBE Promotions, Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, and Bahamas Air as they present the Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series at the National Stadium Ground, performing for the first time. Tyrese comes to Bahamas to deliver an unforgettable performance. Also performing R&B sensation Uncle Sam. Get ready for Deborah Cox. The Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series, Saturday, November 1st at the National Stadium Ground. Nassau. Tyrese, Uncle Sam, and Deborah Cox. Advance tickets are available now at all Cash and Go locations. Or log on to cashandgobahamas.com for info. Call 242-427-8111 or call 242-357-0116. Be there.
As an athlete, I've learned that success isn't built on extras. It's built on the essentials. Strength, discipline, smart choices. That's why I'm proud to partner with Bahama Health to introduce Essential 300. A comprehensive health insurance plan that's all about covering what truly matters. Essential 300 is Bahama Health's most affordable major medical plan for groups and individuals. It offers access to a specialized network of care with essential benefits like preventative services, because real strength starts with staying healthy. You may not be training for a race, but everyone deserves strong and affordable coverage with Essential 300. With Bahama Health, you can feel good about your health plan and protect what truly matters, your health.
For more information,
call 396-1350 or visit www.bahamahealth.com.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. A number of the country's top athletes honored yesterday on National Heroes Day for their significant achievements and contributions to the development of sports in the country. They include basketball stars Buddy Hield, DeAndre Ayton, VJ Edgecombe, and Jonquel Jones, along with baseball superstar Chad Chisholm Jr. and Olympic gold medalist Stephen Gardner. Chisholm, Jones, Ayton, Gardner, and Hield all received the Order of Distinction Companion Award for their contributions, while Edgecombe and Jones received the Order of Lignum Vitae Award. Other sports figures such as Linda Ford and Oria Wood Knowles were recognized as well. Both ladies received the Distinguished Service Medal Award. And finally, our very own veteran Zenith sportscaster, Ricardo Lightbourne, receiving the Order of Merit Member Award as well. Congratulations to all the recipients. More from elite athletes, this time over in track. Bayman world record holder Devin Charlton closed out her 2025 season with a fourth-place finish in the women's 100-meter hurdles at the Athlos NYC 25 event on Friday. The all-women's event was held at the iconic ICANN Stadium in New York and featured some of the biggest names in track and field in a powerful display of womanhood, strength, and excellence in sport. The winners were interviewed and presented with Athlos crowns by tennis icon Serena Williams, whose husband, Alexis Ohanian, the co-founder of Reddit, was the creator for the event designed to highlight and invest in female athletes. In high school track news, the cross-country season continued with the 2025 William Knucklehead Johnson Cross Country Invitational at St. Augustine's College over the weekend. Athletes turned in a number of top performances to earn victories for their schools and respective clubs. C.R. Walker Knights won the under-20 boys division with 30 points. The Arm Bailey Pacers were second with 33, and Noble Prep finished third with 82 points. In the under-20 girls division, the Knights would take that one as well with a total of 15 points. Next on the cross-country calendar are the BAISS and GSSA championships, with those dates still to be determined. In the golf news, the Bahamas team delivered a strong and spirited performance at the CGA 4-ball tournament, overcoming difficult weather conditions to end competition with a fourth-place finish. The event held in Montego Bay, Jamaica, tested players with persistent rain and waterlogged conditions that created slippery surfaces throughout the course. Despite these challenges, the team remained focused and adaptable. The super senior team, consisting of Ozzie Moore and Hugh Riley, managed to secure an impressive second-place finish. Team manager Gina Gonzalez-Rolls said that it was a great showing from the 242 and was a valuable experience for all. They're already looking forward to next year's competition. And finally, to the gridiron from over the weekend, the Bahamas Flag Football League hosting their Heroes Tournament at the old Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. The fourth installment of the event showcased the flag football talents of local and international teams in the 9v9 men's division, 8v8 women, and the 5v5 co-ed division. As far as the bragging rights and trophies, both will go back over to Grand Bahama, as the 3 Links Bad Boys and 3 Links Hawks would take the men's and co-ed title, while the Hawks out of Nassau would take home the ladies' 8v8 crown. And that's my look at your sports on this Tuesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, at Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Join Pastor Gino Jennings for services in Nassau, Bahamas at British Colonial Hotel, 1 Bay Street, Nassau. Services are Friday, October 24th at 7 p.m., Saturday, October 25th at 5 p.m., and Sunday, October 26th at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Again, the British Colonial Hotel, 1 Bay Street, Nassau. For information, call 267-989-9189.
The DRM Authority 2025 Official Hurricane Shelter List. Grand Bahama, Western District. Bethany Baptist Church, Hannah Hill. Church of God of Prophecy, Sea Grape. Central Zion Baptist Church, Pinedale. Church of God of Prophecy, Pinedale. Bethel Baptist Church, Pinedale. New Mount Olivet Baptist Church, Holmes's Rock. 8 Mile Rock Gymnasium, 8 Mile Rock. Grand Bahama